The saddest part about all of this is the writers wanted Ellie to look bad here. You know, the writers could have made it their personal goal to make sure Abby was there, but they didn't want Abby to catch that smoke in that aquarium, right? Because they had other plans, right? And they had other plot armor and plot device planned to make Abby look good in the long run, so they couldn't allow Abby to cross paths with Ellie this soon. So understand, all of this was their way of trying to make Ellie look like a ruthless killer, when in all reality, if you played the game, you know that that's Abby. Ellie is quite passionate, but she's also someone that you can talk off the ledge to a degree. The problem is, every time she tries to find Abby and try to cut through the pie and just get straight to her, all these other people jump in front of Abby's bullets for her. And that's what leads to all these people dying. So while Abby would love to blame Ellie for why all of her friends are dead, the truth is, Abby is the reason why her friends die in this game. And when I get to breaking down her side of this game through great detail, I'm gonna explain how each of them died because of Abby. Because at the end of the day, none of them would have been in Jackson with Abby to exact her revenge on Joel without Abby convincing each and every one of them individually to go with her because Abby was a coward. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna fry this chick. But before we get into that roast session, let's finish up Ellie's side of her story, because another plot hole transpires before our eyes right after she kills Mel and Owen. After she does this, Elle is in a state of shock. She can't believe she killed a pregnant woman, and when you add the context of Dina clearly being her pregnant girlfriend, this should hurt Ellie in her soul a bit. This is Ellie showing the human side of her for this to even touch her in this way. So I'm not mad at this part. However, what happens is, since Ellie tried to essentially cross-examine and interrogate Mel and Owen by bringing out her map to get them to mark essentially where Abby is now, she ends up dropping the map during the fight with Mel after she shot Owen. Now, I call BS here because this is a massive plot hole. Even if Ellie was a bit too shocked to pick up that map, for Tommy and Jesse to show up conveniently right after she just killed these two, also, that doesn't make any sense in itself. But also keep in mind, Jesse split up with Ellie to go to the marina. For Jesse to get to that marina, to get Tommy, and then make it to that aquarium right after Ellie just got there, when Ellie found a boat way before Jesse ever found Tommy, that is a major plot hole in this timeline, ladies and gentlemen. And if that plot hole wasn't bad enough, the idea that Tommy and Jesse see Ellie on the floor, distraught over the three lives she just took, for neither one of them to essentially, dispose of evidence before they left, for them to not pick up the simple map that Jesse clearly used with Ellie to devise a plan before they left out on day 3, for him to not notice that exact map sitting on the floor right there is a major plot hole, because it once again makes men in this game look stupid and clueless. You mean to tell me both of them show up after whatever skirmish they both have just been in, and you mean to tell me neither one of them think, oh, where's her map? Oh, it's there on the floor, let's pick it up. No, ladies and gentlemen, instead the writers, they decided to force that map to stay on the floor so Abby could get the drop on Ellie at the end of her part. You see that, y'all? This is just more examples of how the writers chose a side during this game. This wasn't them giving us a fair perspective of both sides and leaving the choice up to us how we wanted to interpret it. Hell, for a game that's about two perspectives, they didn't even allow us to make a choice at the end as to who we wanted to win between the two girls. That was predetermined as well. So just like the writing department is linear, the gameplay is linear, the ending is linear. And when you are a narrative-based story, similar to a heavy rain type of game. I'm sorry, but choices have to cause different results in the story. Otherwise, what are we playing this interactive movie for? You're better off just releasing it on Netflix. And what makes this even worse is, after Tommy and Jesse get Ellie and leave the map there as a plot device, that way Abby knows where to find them, but they don't know where to find her. You know, the big problem I have with this game is they literally, the next scene is Ellie waking up from being asleep in the theater and deciding, I'm gonna go for a walk, which is essentially her deciding to go look for Abby again. But why does it never come across Ellie's mind that her map isn't in her backpack if she plans to go find Abby again? How are you gonna find her this time without a map to show you the locations of Seattle? What, she just mastered the entire geographical location of the entire city off of 3 days of work? Come on, man, I'm not buying that for a second. She's been heavily reliant on that map this entire game. The minute she loses it, though, it's not even on her mind. That lets you know that the writers wanted the map to not be on the gamer's mind because they actually thought that this would be some surprise to us that the map was left there. But anyone with a brain knew the map was left there because we all remembered her pulling out the map to interrogate both of them. So on one hand, the writers of this game are trying to convey to us that Ellie is stupid enough to leave her map there, which is essentially her fingerprint, so Abby can find her. And then in the same token, they're trying to convince us that Ellie is some genius who can master the geographical layout of a city in a mere 3 days. Which one is it, Naughty Dog? Is she super intelligent or super dumb? Because you got her looking like both in this scene just to justify a plot hole y'all created for yourselves. And if Ellie truly is this genius without the map, why did she even take it with her after figuring out that Abby was at the aquarium? She saw the Ferris wheel from across the city. She didn't need a map to take a boat to the Ferris wheel to reach the aquarium. So no matter how you shake it out, they made her keep the map long enough to lose the map so Abby could use the map to find her. Hi, I'm Dave Smith, the mind behind Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism. And if you just enjoyed the sneak peek I just provided for you, understand that's just the tip of the iceberg when you talk about some of the exclusive content I offer to my RBR patrons. So if you're interested in more, and you're willing to pay $5 a month, of course, please don't hesitate to head on over to patreon.com/Recency Bias Radio, and I guarantee you won't regret it. Have a nice day, and y'all stay safe. Until next time.